Cowboys win and you go to play in that championship game, that is a different deal. I think that coming into this game, the Cowboys will be the looser team of the two to start this game because they won a playoff game last week. That's what you want to do when you're a wild card team, of course. It's demoralizing when you come into a game or come into the postseason and you do not win a postseason playoff game. The pressure in all these games is on the 1 and 2 seeds, and so early on I think we could see the Rams play maybe a little bit tight. We could see the Cowboys play a little looser, but next week, when you know that you're literally one game away from what you have dreamed of, that tends to tighten you up a little bit. So that'll be a good question for me next week if we're talking about it.
Well, we'll look forward to doing that. Now, sometimes when you're doing the game on television and we visit before the game and we talk about what the keys to the game is, to me, for Dallas, it's almost always, and certainly in this game, they can't turn the ball over. Do you agree that would be the number one thing?
Yeah, I agree. When they don't turn the ball over, they win, and so that's their formula. I think when you're an offense that runs the ball and you do not create a lot of big plays, then generally speaking, you're not going to score a lot of points. And so when you're controlling the clock, then that also limits your offensive possessions. And to give one up with a takeaway and a turnover, those are things that are hard to overcome. And I agree with you that for this team, those things have really proven to be very difficult to overcome.
And what about third down, which has been a little bit of a struggle for the Cowboys from time to time?
It has been from time to time. It was down a little bit last week. Interestingly enough, since they picked up Amari Cooper, they led the league in third downs. So that tells you the importance that he's had in that situation. So third downs in these games, as you well know, Brad, they determine ultimately that in red zone offense as to who's going to win. And I just think the Rams are going to have a hard time slowing down this Cowboys offense, especially the running game. And then can they punch it in when they get down into the red zone? I do feel that the Rams will score points. I don't think this is going to be a 13-10 ball game like we saw with the Saints and Cowboys.
All right, so I don't like asking you for predictions, so the only one I'll ask you for is, do you think that we'll be having this conversation next week at AT&T Stadium or in New Orleans?
Well, I think that the game's going to be in New Orleans is what I think. I don't see. I did the Saints Philadelphia game when they played in the regular season, and that was a beatdown, 48-7.
Yeah, okay.
And they could have scored 60 if they'd wanted to. So I think the Eagles are certainly better right now than they were. Foles is playing good, but I'm not sure anybody can beat the Saints right now at the Dome.
Well, maybe we'll find out. Thanks for the time.
You got it, buddy.
It. Thank you. All right, Ari, back to you.
Thank you, Brad. Brad Sham, Troy Aikman joining us on the Dallas Cowboys pregame show. On the way next, we'll check in with the status of the field conditions. Plus, we've been seeing a lot of reporters on the scene right now at the LA Coliseum tweeting one thing, and it's consistent. So we'll hear Christy Scales' point of view on that as well. With Jesse Holley, I am Ari Temkin. The Dallas Cowboys pregame show will continue next on 105.3 The Fan.
Yes, guys, you are listening to 105.3 The Fan. My name is Law Nation. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to this thing. Let's continue to do the same thing that we did previous weeks. Be consistent, keep that same energy, and let's go, Cowboy Nation. You guys know how this thing go. The field condition, for what I heard is that it was raining the day before or what have you, and it's kind of slippery field. That may benefit the LA Rams because that's their terrain. We are a dome type of team. We play inside, so we'll see whether or not you might see this first quarter, maybe second quarter. They trying to get their feet together. A lot of slippage with the feet. Maybe you have to change out your spikes or what have you. And that's just how it goes with football. It's part of the course. Yes, Smokey, appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. Yeah, he says T-O-P. You guys know that I always say that, T-O-P. Yeah, I'm in here. I'm still setting up, so you might not see me, but you guys can hear my voice. Zeke going to eat with 2 spoons. That's what I'm saying, Cowboys fan. 91, yes. Yes, indeed. So far, the Colts are losing to the Kansas City Chiefs right now. It looks like they are playing pretty well. The Kansas City Chiefs looks like Pat Mahomes is built for this thing. Yes. Jonathan Cook, appreciate you for tuning in. Salute. Where's Vonch? He may be getting ready, man. He may be getting ready for the game. Say prime time. Salute to you, man. Boomer Sooner. Appreciate you. This is a home game for the Cowboys. That's what he's saying. Hey, I feel the same. I do, but we got to everyone have reasonings, right? Results are what matter. Let's stay focused. And with that being said, guys, all we got to do, TOP, run the rock, eliminate the turnovers. Understand that the field may be slippery. The ball may be wet at times. But you got to figure out a way to feed Ezekiel Elliott. And then on top of that, when we fly out to the ball, punch the ball out, make them fumble the ball. I'm talking about Todd Gurley's and company. Make them fumble the ball. Make them know that we are coming with a vengeance. That's how we got to do. That's what we must do. Virginia Finest, appreciate you. Marcus Hooper, appreciate you for tuning in on the Nation via the Periscope, and also Lil Fargo, appreciate you. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. You guys know how this thing go. We're going to be flipping back and forth to 105.3 The Fan, and listen to their insight, their pregame interviews and things like that, and we'll see. The score 24-7. Indianapolis is down. We will see what they can do too. So it is what it is at this point. Let's see what can happen here. CSI survey of still commercial right here. Appreciate everybody for still being part of the mix. Jet sweep with Tavon revenge. Hey, if we can get him the ball and early and often, if we can get him the ball early and often, that would be quite unique and special, because the guy has tons and tons of energy. Starting off the game. So it will be nice. It will be nice. Boog Thomas, shout out to you. Playoff Dak 1-0. OKC 25-16. I see you, fam. I see you. That's Playoff Dak that's on the Periscope. Let's go, Cowboy Nation, one way or another. Man, it is what it is at this point. All we got to do is continue to do the things that we need to do, right? I'm going to repeat. I know you guys going to get tired of hearing this. Time of possession, TOP, eliminate the turnovers, right? If we don't play basketball with the football, we okay. If we score early and often, when we get into the money zone, green zone, red zone, and then on top of that, for Gurley out there, he haven't been hitting in a couple of weeks. So we lay the wood. if we lay the wood, then that's all we need to do, Cowboy Nation.
An hour and a half away, 90 minutes
hour
away
and a half. We're 90 minutes away from kickoff. Let's go.
We'll go out to LA in a moment. Christy Scales is standing by.
All right, we're going to do a quick interviews and stuff like that with Christy Scales. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan and radio.com. Appreciate those for being part of the mix.
Maybe all the time in sports, there's luck involved in winning. You know, I think we look at luck in terms of diminishing the role of skill and ability, but it shouldn't. They work in tandem. The 2016 NFL Draft, in my opinion, is such a great indicator of luck. And this Cowboys team benefiting from it.
Zachary.
The Cowboys, that 2016 draft could go down as one of the greatest in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. And it's maybe going to be more known for the moves they didn't make. Remember, Dak Prescott was the quarterback they took in that draft.
Yep.
But there were two guys they wanted before Dak Prescott. The first was Paxton Lynch, who the Cowboys tried to package a second and a third round pick to the Seahawks in order to get the pick to take Paxton Lynch. Seahawks, though, decided to take the Broncos package instead, and the Broncos draft Paxton Lynch, and he's now out of the league. They also wanted Connor Cook. Wow. Cowboys sitting there at 101, pick 101. The the Lions at pick 100, or Browns at pick 100. The Raiders make a attractive enough offer. They jump up, take Connor Cook at pick 100. So the Cowboys don't take Connor Cook and don't take a quarterback there. They're left with Dak Prescott in the fourth round. Kind of incredible when you think about the luck involved, the Cowboys ending up with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, sometimes the moves that you want to make that you don't get a chance to make help you in the long run. And not getting Paxton Lynch or Connor allowed you to get Dak Prescott. And remember, there had to be some luck for even Dak Prescott. So Romo had to get hurt
Kellen Moore
had to get hurt for him to get his chance. So it looks like, all roads were leading to Dak Prescott one way or another, for him to be a Cowboy, for him to have his opportunity, and now he has a chance to really begin to etch his name in Cowboy lore and Cowboy history.
Dak Prescott was the 8th quarterback taken to the 2016 draft. The 8th quarterback taken. Jared Goff was the first overall pick. Carson Wentz was the second overall pick. Dak has more playoff wins now than both those guys combined. 1. Carson has 0. Jared Goff has 0 as well. So very, very interesting. The 2016 draft, by the way, Zeke Elliott, Jalen Smith, Malik Collins, Dak Prescott, Anthony Brown, Kayvon Frazier, Darius Jackson, Rico Gathers. My goodness, that's a good draft for the Dallas Cowboys.
Will McClay.
Yeah, with NFL Game Pass, you'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches, film, and game replays from Week 1 of the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass. All right, Christy Scales, the sideline reporter for the Dallas Cowboys, joining us right now on the sideline at the LA Coliseum. And Christy, we were just talking about it. The 2016 draft, loaded with meaningful players on this football team. This is a young team the Cowboys have.
It is, and 2016, Dak's rookie year, of course, the first start in preseason was out here, and we were noting that it was about 20 minutes ago when Dak Prescott ran out here for the early part of warm-ups, and the Cowboy fandom here behind the Cowboy bench, I'm not exaggerating, it's about 15-1 Cowboys fans to Rams fans behind the Cowboys bench. And when Dak ran out from the tunnel and got in front of the Cowboy bench area, it sounded like, I don't know, like Lady Gaga was taking the stage, or Bruno Mars, or when Michael Jackson was in Pasadena for the halftime show. It was unbelievable. And I was joking with Chris Richard, the Cowboys defensive backs coach. I'm like, a little bit different reaction than when Dak made his debut here before 2016, but he's like a rock star. And, oh, hey, can I do some celebrity name dropping since we're talking about stars? Okay, so the Jones family hosted a party in West Hollywood last night. So it's the likes of Kris Jenner and Kate Bosworth and John Daly and Post Malone. And then today we just saw Dennis Quaid walk past us on the sideline. It's early, so not all the celebrities. In L.A., you have to be fashionably late, right? And then I'm told that Jones has got a call from a couple that wanted to come to today's game, and we haven't seen them yet. They're probably on their way, but A-Rod and J-Lo. So, it's star-studded. It's going to be star-studded here today.
That's the one thing about the Cowboys. You're America's team, and you're playing in L.A. where everybody wants to be a part of the scene. And, I don't think A-Rod and J-Lo are Cowboy fans or either one, but they want to be in the action when the Cowboys play.
For sure. But, hey, you were talking about the youth and the stardom on this Cowboys team. The Cowboys, it's been so long since they had a road playoff game. I know that when you were talking with Babe Laufenberg earlier in the hour, he was talking about, the last time that the Cowboys played the Rams. But actually, the last time the Cowboys won a road playoff game, it was the end of the 92 season. It was the 92 championship game played out at San Francisco. It was actually a January of 1993. That's the last time the Cowboys played on the road, not neutral site Super Bowl, but won a playoff road game. So that's 26 years ago. So out of the 53 players on the Cowboys roster today, 53-man roster, 31 of them were not yet born. The last time the Cowboys played a road game, and we'll have to count Antoine Woods as being born, but he was only 2 weeks old. And then a lady named Peggy Prescott was in her first trimester with a boy that would be born 6 months later, and she named him Rain Dakota. So it's been a while. That's what I'm trying to say.
Christy Scales joining us at the LA Coliseum. Visit the Lincoln Experience Center at the Star in Frisco to see the all-new Nautilus, redesigned 2019 MKC, and the Lincoln Navigator, the Lincoln Motor Company official luxury vehicle of your Dallas Cowboys.
Christy, this linebacking core for the Cowboys, Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith,